Yo, hey guys, it's Pop and Jacques Slade here. Back with another unboxing, and today I get to do something pretty special. I don't get to do this very often on my channel, so I'm really excited that I have this opportunity to bring something to you guys that I think is actually pretty cool. Obviously, it's not sneakers because sneakers aren't this thin, but what it is the new tablet from Microsoft. It's the Microsoft Surface Go 2. Now, if you guys have watched this channel, you know that I do a lot of stuff with the Microsoft, with like the Xbox, and I've also been getting into some of their hardware on the PC side, and that's where we have this, the Microsoft Surface Go 2. Now, this is obviously the second version. Actually, I'll start unboxing this. Technically, I already unboxed this because I wanted to get it set up before I did this video. So this is, imagine this is the first time I did this unboxing. So this is the Surface Go 2, which is obviously the successor to the Surface Go, which they released back, I believe it was in August or September of 2018. So this is almost like a year and a half in the making. Now, there are a bunch of different, or I shouldn't say a bunch, there are 4 different configurations of this model. This is actually the high-end version of the Surface Go 2, and it's the model that I do recommend that everyone get as opposed to the lower end version. So the lower end versions, they are priced at $399, which is great, but they are slower than this one. You won't get the same sort of performance out of this one that you'll get into those, and I'll explain a little bit as to why that is. So the versions that are $399, or the version that is $399, comes with a Pentium Gold 4425Y processor. Now, I'll be honest, I don't know all the details about that processor, but based on everything that I've read, it's slower than the processor that's in the 2 higher versions, which is the 629 version and the 729 version. This is the 729 version with LTE. There's a 629 version without LTE. I doubt I'll actually be using the LTE because of, you know, the current situation that we're in, but it's nice to know that's an option if you want to travel with your Surface Go 2. Now, the Surface Go 2, obviously it comes with the plug, and I'll talk about the connector and all that in a little bit, but also this is incomplete. Well, you can use it without it, but I don't recommend it. It does have a touch screen, and you can use the touch screen if that's something that you're into, but I wholly recommend that you get the type pad cover. I use it on the original Surface Go that I have, so getting a type pad cover is almost necessary. These are $129, so that's gonna add on top of the price of that, which is $729. So talking a little bit about some of the specs on this device, and one of the things that pops out more than anything else is just the look of the machine, the aesthetics. This has different bezels. The original one, the Surface Go, had like these pretty thick bezels on it, and they've thinned them out a little bit. They haven't gotten rid of them totally, so you do still have a black bezel going around the surface of the screen, but it's definitely not as thick as it was on the last one. The last one was a thick boy for sure. And while we're talking about the screen is now 1920 by 1200, which is like a 3:2 aspect ratio as opposed to the 16:9. Very nice looking screen. I think it's a 226 ppi or 220 ppi. So very, very nice. So very small and very detailed screen. So you'll love it. I think the screen is the last thing you worry about when it comes to this device. As far as ports go, you have the LTE here if you get the LTE version. So you have the SIM card slot there. Then on this side, you have the headphone, you have a USB-C, and again, you have the smart adapter for the Microsoft Smart Connector there, so it allows you to charge there. And I believe you can also charge via the USB-C. I haven't confirmed that yet, but I believe you can charge via USB-C, and then you also have it there. And then on the back, behind the stand, you have a micro SD card slot for those that want to add extra storage. I believe you can go up to 1 terabyte using the micro SD there, and then that'll give you the extra storage because this comes with only up to 128 gigabytes of storage for those that are super interested in that. Now, now going back to the processors, this one has the Intel M3 and the lower versions have the 4425 Gold processor. This one is supposed to be 64% faster than the original. I obviously haven't had a chance to really test it out, but again, it's supposed to be 64% faster, which you're going to love. The last one, again, was a great device for like entertainment, consumption, and little quick emails and Word documents and stuff like that. I wouldn't recommend this for any intensive gaming. Casual gaming, yes, it's great. I don't think you'll be doing a lot of video editing or hardcore picture editing on here. You can do it, don't get me wrong, you can. I just don't think it's going to be as pleasurable an experience as it would be if you got something like the Surface Book. And speaking of that, they just released the Surface Book 3 as well. Well, not released it, but announced the Surface Book 3, which is something you can get into. Now, earlier I was saying that these are required, and it's really cool. I really love the way that they attach. It's not difficult. It literally just snaps in like that. It's a magnet, and it stays on pretty well, folds right up. And then the best thing about this is the stand, and it allows you to do a whole bunch of different angles. So if you need it to be sitting up a little more, you can go there. And I believe it's 160 degrees is the angles that you can get to. So you can go all the way down to there if for some reason you wanted to type like this. And it's pretty sturdy as well, regardless of the angle that you pick. It's going to stand there, so it's really good in that regard. So in addition to the ports that you have on here, you actually have two cameras on here as well. You have one in the front and then you have one in the back. The one in the front is 5 megapixels, and then the one in the back is 8 megapixels. They're both 1080p. Considering all of the Skype calls that we're doing right now for conferencing and all of that sort of stuff, it's actually nice to have a 1080p camera inside of your computer. Generally, those are 720 and they don't look as nice. So the 1080 definitely adds a little bit more definition, and it actually looks a little bit nicer. So again, you have one in the front that's 5 megapixels and then one in the back that's 8 megapixels as well. Power button is here, and then you have the volume rockers up and down there. Battery wise, it's supposed to get 10 hours of battery life. Now, as most of you guys know, when you buy something, when they say the battery is going to last this long, that's generally under the perfect conditions. The battery life that you're going to get on the device is really going to be based on what you do. If you're just browsing and doing email, yes, 10 hours may be a reality for you. But if you're doing gaming, or if you decide that you want to edit some video on this, 10 hours is not going to be the type of battery life that you get on here. Although, to be fair, the battery here in the Surface Go 2 is actually bigger than the battery in the Surface Go, the original one. So you do get some extra battery life, but you also get a more intensive processor in this version as well. Now, this comes with Windows 10, but it's in S mode. Now, S mode is similar to Windows 10. You get a lot of the functions, but you're limited to the stuff that's inside the Windows Store. You can change it so you get the regular version of Windows 10 and install other applications, but I'm not sure that this is the device you want to use to install those other applications. The Windows Store is actually growing more and more, so you do have a lot of app options there. But if you wanted to do Windows 10, you can go into the settings and switch it to just Windows 10, and that way you have the option of doing Windows 10 on this device as well. So anyway, just wanted to give you guys just a first quick look at the Surface Go 2. Again, I probably won't be doing a full-on review, but if you do have any questions, make sure you hit me up on Twitter. That's KUSTOO. As always, I am Jacques Slade. As always, make sure you like, favorite, and subscribe, but only if you want to. I really want to stress that you don't have to subscribe. I really only want you to do that if you really enjoy the content that's happening here on this channel. And for my sneaker guys, don't worry, sneaker content is still coming, but I'm mixing it up with some technology because it's just something that I love. And I really feel like you guys would be excited about this. All right, I'm rambling now. I'm gonna get out of here and give this a good run through. I'm Jacques Slade. As always, I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you soon. Peace.